Okay, so these are just a few of the things that I've picked up on the way home today. Day after the competition, the only thing that I've really got on my mind at the moment is food. Saturday when we got home after the competition, I had one large spicy mince pizza from Domino's. I had like a whole bag of the pinball sweets, I think they're Mawams, that brand. I had a whole packet of those little shortbread bites, like the little packet of like 20 something. I had those. I had the same kind of packet but for brownies. I've had some scrambled egg and like bacon, didn't track any of that this morning. I've pretty much just been eating everything that I've wanted to eat, and I'm not done because, as you can see, I've got things like ice cream, I've got pastries, I've got chocolate bars, cookies. So I think what I'm gonna do, my plan for like my diet and that is this weekend, so yesterday and the rest of today. It's currently Sunday, almost 5 PM. I'm just gonna eat the things that I've been craving the most. There's no Krispy Kremes here, and I've been craving those as well, so I'm just gonna have to go on a hunt for those soon. But yeah, just gonna focus on eating whatever I want to eat. But try to have a little bit of protein as well. And then Monday, when I get back to normal, probably eat my maintenance for about a week, something like that. Stick to doing about 20 to 30 minutes of cardio maybe. I feel like I always say that, but I never actually follow through with doing cardio whilst I bulk. And then probably the next week, getting into my surplus again. This is what my condition kind of looking like day after the competition. Had a lot of food. I found that I've been really bloated. I'm just feeling like quite sick after eating all this food, and I think it's because my body's not used to it. And I'll probably find that with cardio, because I create most of my deficit from doing a lot of low intensity cardio. I feel like if I completely go cold turkey with that, then I'm probably gonna end up putting the weight on quite quick. Like my metabolism's not gonna be able to like adjust that quick, so I just gotta like gradually taper it down and not go up with my calories too soon. So see you guys tomorrow in the workout, probably. Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the workout commentary. So this is the very first workout back in the gym after my competition, and got to tell you, it was nice to just be able to get back into the gym and actually reach failure and actually like push myself as much as I can. So what you're seeing here is a chest and arms workout. I started off with flat bench press, which is a good staple to stick to. I feel like if you have an exercise that you have a great mind to muscle connection on and it's reliable, then you shouldn't trade it in very often, unless there's something else you want to work on improving your mind to muscle connection with. So a perfect example of that is the second exercise that we did. As you can see, I was training with Tom today, so did chest and arms with him. He actually chose this exercise that you've seen here as well. So both incline dumbbell and dips are ones that I want to improve on. And off season being the kind of bulking season where you have a lot more calories, a lot more energy, you're not as worried about your physique looking fluffy, I guess, and holding a little bit more fat. I like to think of it as insulation during the winter and the autumn times. It's also an opportunity to try different exercises, I feel. Not that you can't try them when you're cutting or on prep or anything like that, but it's just a great time to see if your body reacts better to certain exercises than ones that you would do before. So it's a bit late because it's obviously past a few clips already, but with those chest dips, I was actually doing them to try to focus on my chest rather than my triceps. So triceps are still being involved kind of as a secondary muscle group, but by leaning forward slightly and keeping your legs back, you can't help but pivot over, and you find a lot more of the tension is placed on your chest, especially if you focus on keeping your elbows kind of more outward than tucked inward. Not so much that it hurts your shoulders, but enough to engage your chest and take some of the efforts away from your tricep muscles. Again, after those, went on to some reliable ones with the cable flyers, a couple of different approaches with that. You would have seen that I did kind of a flat grip, like just a neutral grip, almost like a pec deck, and then went on to a more upper pec major focused flyer, so lifting the weight upwards, following the direction of the muscle fibers, and almost shrugging a little bit at the top there to get full contraction on that upper chest. Then went on to a weird kind of tricep extension, which I think is meant to isolate the long head a little bit more than you would with just any kind of extension with a rope or something like that. But I personally don't love it that much, but it is a good way of getting a great squeeze. I like to think of it as an alternative to kickbacks, even though it is a different type of movement. I feel like it has its benefits. After that, as I said, trying loads of different exercises. Went on to some more dips. These ones are actually tricep focused. So very important thing to remember with any kind of dip movement is to keep your scapula depressed, so keep your shoulder blades down. Do not allow your shoulder blades to raise up when you're on the stretching portion of the movement, because otherwise that's just going to place way too much tension on your shoulders and you'll find that your rotator cuff's just going to kill. You want to focus on just bringing your elbows backwards with every rep. As you lower, your elbows go backwards, and you'll notice that your tricep muscles stretch apart, and then when you push, you're pushing through your hands on the bench there, and extending at the elbow. So that's just a quick little walkthrough of the workout that I did. Hope you guys enjoyed the rest of this video, and stay tuned for more of me not shutting up. Right guys, so back on the boiled eggs, which I haven't had in a while, so I'm very excited to have these 3 lovely beauties in one of my newer egg cups. I think my parents got me this when they went on a holiday recently, and yeah, I love me a dippy egg, so gonna use these pair of legs for my dippy eggs today. But yeah, not that dippy eggs was something that I couldn't really have when I was on prep, but it's such a relief to kind of be done with that now. I'm ready for like my next challenge, my next goal regarding fitness, which at the moment is just a case of getting back to bulking and just building up my physique. If other things pop up that I want to pursue kind of on the side, then I'm definitely going to do that, but competing's definitely something that I want to do again, and that's like the main like long-term goal, to compete either next year, like during the summertime, probably not so late in the year as I did this year, or the following year, depending on how much I feel I need to gain, but ready to make some gains, ready to make improvements to my physique, and ready to enjoy food again, much more than I was before. So these are my macros at the moment, post-competition. Trying to eat around my maintenance, but also still incorporate some cardio into my workouts. So instead of doing it after every single workout, I'm trying to stick to just doing it like 2 or 3 times a week. So I'm not really trying to use the cardio as a way of stimulating fat loss, anything like that. It's literally just because I want to ease myself into this bulk sort of gradually. I kind of just want to get into the surplus as quickly as possible, so that I can then just stick to the same kind of macros, and then just training and my diet and everything will just be a routine. I won't even have to think about it, but I will know that I am, you know, making progress with size and that, as long as I'm also pushing myself in my workouts and like, you know, getting sore and that the next day. So yeah, I'm just gonna have like my maintenance, considering my body weight at the moment, because I obviously dropped a lot of body weight. That means I need less calories now. So my surplus before was like, I think I was on about 3,200 calories, something like that, or maybe 3,000 calories. Whereas now my calories for the same kind of surplus as back then would probably only be like 2,800, something like that. So yeah, just gonna play around with it and stick to my maintenance for now, but still do some cardio, because if I go completely cold turkey with it, then I'll probably gain weight quite quick, because my body's not going to be used to that. Going from doing cardio almost every single day to not doing any will probably have some adverse effects, so you need to consider that with anything that you do with your training. Same thing as if you were to go from a surplus straight into a massive deficit, you will probably feel so much more tired and drained, and your strength will probably go down massively. So these are things that you definitely need to consider, regardless of which direction you're going with your diet, up or down. You right there, Bella? I'm gonna have to go and walk her in a minute, because she's been bugging me so much, like chasing me around. She usually has like a massive walk that my dad gives her like every morning, so I'm gonna be like a bit of a disappointment for her, but yeah, just take her around the block or something, make sure she's a little worn out. We'll go out soon, Bella. I have just got home from the gym, and also, I don't know if you can really notice now, but the tan's pretty much completely gone. definitely on my face, still a little bit on my neck, and my body's like really blotchy and weird, like, I don't know, like, you can kind of still see it, but not a lot. It just looks like a normal tan, but with like loads of other little dots and blemishes. So hopefully by like Monday it'll be completely gone, but so far it's been exactly 1 week since the show. It's Saturday now. So I currently got my post-workout pizza in here. I've missed having these as often as I did before, so can't wait. And I'm back to normal with my bloating and just eating again. After the few days of binging, that weigh-in that you would have seen there, I have gained like 6 pounds since show day, but a lot of that is because I didn't have any carbs leading up to show day. Most of that is gonna happen no matter what, because obviously I'm not used to that many carbs. Right guys, so welcome to the last clip of this video. As I've been kind of talking about improvement season and off season, I've actually got pictures here as well from my competition, so I'm just going to show you a couple of those. So these are all the professional photos that got taken on the day. This is probably my favourite one, the front pose. So I think this was taken when I went on and I did my tea walk, so this was the first or the second pose I actually did on the stage after doing the one right at the back of the stage there. I walked forward, then this was my front pose right at the front. So I'm really happy with the quality of the photo, especially as it allows me to kind of identify weak areas. So like, I feel like my delts definitely could have been bigger. I feel like the conditioning with my midsection, like my abs, maybe could have been better, or maybe if I had developed my abs a bit better, they would have looked kind of deeper cut, I guess. Next picture is my back pose, again in the same position on the stage. Really like this one because you can actually tell that I'm also sort of retracting my scapula, because you can see that division between the traps there. But again, you can spot some weak points. You can see that my left trap is actually kind of shorter in length and I guess actually thinner in width compared to the other one. And especially with my rear delts, you notice that this bit here, my right rear delt, isn't as full as my left one there, so they are definitely weak points. So just a couple more pictures again. This one's at the front of the stage, but the quarter turn. So I'm really pleased with, out of everything, probably how my chest looks, because I feel like that's actually come out a lot better than I thought it would. Just goes to show that you lose a little bit of fat and something can look a lot better than you actually imagined it would. And my obliques too, but definitely loads of weak points there. Look at that creepy smile on that dude's face. Yeah, anyway, and this one isn't the best, I think, because of the shadows. It makes me look really distorted and weird, but that delt vein though. Overall pleased with the vascularity and the package I was able to bring on the stage, but yeah, I'm just going to use this as constructive information, I guess, and just work off of these pictures for things to improve on with my actual muscle mass. So with regards to what the judges had to say about my time on stage and my physique, the main point was the fact that I wasn't big enough, and I completely agree with that. It's not often that when someone says you're small, yeah, you take it well, but no, the fact is that against everyone else on that stage I was probably the smallest. I might have been slightly better conditioned than others, but I definitely wasn't the biggest there, and I think that's why I didn't place as well as I could have. So bulk time now, main improvement is to keep everything as proportioned as it is, but work on those weak points in symmetry with my rear delts and any other little areas, and most importantly make as many gains as I can. So yeah, first vlog of post competition. Gonna go back to doing normal vlogs now, so no series as of yet, but at the moment just working on improving everything and just making sure that we're better than we were before. So can't wait to compete again, but that's just for a future thing. Haven't got any exact dates or any plans made like that yet. You guys are going to be with me every step of the way, just like you have been, so yeah. I never know how to end these videos in a normal way, so I'm just going to say bye, and I'll see you guys in the next vlog.